Hello, my name's your mother. This is my YouTube channel. It's 3 a.m. I can't get to sleep, so we're watching a movie, and I'm flipping the script this time. We're not watching a movie about a white woman in distress. We are watching a movie about a black woman in distress, Viola Davis, in G20.
Madam President, we have a situation.
Now, how we know this is a movie that's not real is that there's a female president, which would never happen.
4 months. Am I never supposed to go out?
Not without Secret Service agent Serena.
Not without protection.
Anthony Anderson, this movie is black as fuck. Is every black famous person ever going to be in this movie? I'm fully expecting Anita Baker to be like the Secretary of State. When she does her presidential address, she's gonna be introduced by Shaka Khan.
I didn't choose this. You don't get to choose. And whatever you did to sneak out tonight,
Oh, okay, so the little girl snuck out. All right.
you'll never do it again.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this so far is the story is probably going to be about how she's struggling to balance being the president of the United States while also being a mom. I might end up hating this movie.
Using power against power.
I have a feeling our current president isn't doing martial arts on the front lawn of the White House.
I can have you reassigned for SAS.
Yeah, but not for another 15 minutes.
Also, is it just me or does she have sexual tension with this trainer guy? I would like to see Viola Davis get taken down by this salt and pepper haired piece of meat. Hello, sir.
Of course, Prime Minister Everett won't have your back at the G20. He's never liked strong women.
Can we get a close-up back? Can we run the tape back on those bangs? Can we see Viola Davis in that wig again, please? Run it back.
Did you get any sleep after the jailbreak?
4 minutes, Madam President.
Okay, so I know Viola Davis is canonically straight in this because she's married to Anthony Anderson. However, I would appreciate if we could insert her as a lesbian in this movie with this other lady who's got this Hillary Clinton haircut. I ship Viola Davis and fake Hillary Clinton in this movie.
It's time we solve a hunger crisis worse than any we've seen in decades.
It may not be canon in this movie that Viola Davis is a lesbian. However, I'm reviewing this movie, and every movie I've ever reviewed has included a lesbian. So,
The president will take questions.
I'm not saying I'm manifesting a scissoring scene for Viola, but I would like to see her get her strings pulled.
My esteemed Treasury Secretary, Joanna Worth, who will be ready with cost-benefit analysis to help the medicine go down.
And what else would she be going down on, Miss Davis?
Madam President, with all due respect, how do we know we can trust you to keep us safe when you can't keep your own house in order?
Read her for filth.
No more questions?
Not suspicious at all. Not suspicious in the least. Just take a deep, long, pregnant pause in front of a room of reporters and then leave. No one will have any more questions after that, I'm sure.
You and your brother are coming to Cape Town with us.
Why?
I'm surprised that her daughter has dreads, because not only is it pushing it to have a woman as the president of the United States, but then to make it a black woman, and then to give her a daughter that has dreads. I know this is a movie, and I know this is a fantasy, like, doesn't exist in the real world, but, like, there has to be some rules established, so, like, are they establishing that, like, racism just doesn't exist in this world?
You are a great mother.
She's wearing me out.
I do like seeing women as the president of the United States in movies. However, what I don't like is them doing that and then making the focus of them being the president still all about how they're a woman. Like, I want to see her do things.
If they want to remain allies, they have to fall in line.
For example, I would like to see her munch some carpet, preferably this woman's.
But then we became friends.
Joe, we never stopped being friends.
Friends. Yeah.
About 100 years ago, neither of us could vote. But here we are, you and I, on the way to G20 on Air Force One.
I also hate this conversation. This, look at how far we've come. We weren't able to have credit cards just a few decades ago, and now I'm the president of the United States. I don't like that, mama. This movie is like setting up or establishing that, like, there's no problems in this world. Racism doesn't exist. Misogyny's been taken care of. So, like, what's gonna be the conflict?
Good luck out there.
Okay, so the story so far, she's going to the G20 summit, which is like where a bunch of political leaders come together and talk about who gives a fuck. She's going to that, and I suppose because they've made a movie about it, that something is going to go awry. And now we are being introduced to this white man who I believe is the white man from The Boys.
Jesus Christ, mate. Last time I saw you, we were pinned down, out of ammo.
Is he Australian?
Good to see you, mate.
You look good.
He looks so dirty and gross. He looks like how a wet dog smells.
Please, come on in.
I have never been to South Africa, but if I ever go, I will be visiting this man specifically, and while he gives me a tour of South Africa, I will be giving him a tour of my insides.
We should be clear in 20.
Thanks, mate.
Ew, he looks so attractive on The Boys, and here, he looks so gross. Ugh.
I was a hot mess and you saved me.
I'm sorry, I know we just saw her kiss her husband. She has more chemistry with this woman that we've seen her in like 3 very quick scenes with than she does with Anthony Anderson. Look at how much better they look together than she did with her husband. Like, am I crazy? And they've basically got matching haircuts too.
Deal with Elena. One soulless capitalist to another, but
Oh, girl, don't. This writing in this movie is very beep-a-doop bop-bop-a-dee. They're inserting the girl just said, well, from one soulless capitalist to another. Like trying to like jokey, like ride the wave of the anti-capitalist movement, if you could call it that, that's happening right now, where it's very popular to hate capitalism, while simultaneously being the president of the United States. Girl, shut up. You can't joke about being a soulless capitalist. You are a soulless capitalist. You are the head of the program. I don't like seeing that. And you see that in a lot of movies now, a lot of media, where people are trying to like be socially conscious while also being like incredibly tone deaf.
Nobody likes a bulldozer.
If you get the merest consideration of your proposal, it'd be a victory.
She is so much better than me, because if I were the president of the United States and I had the prime minister of the UK come up to me and talk my proposal, the way that the UK would be a black hole on the map, mama, UK, no, none of them would be okay. Okay, so the guy from The Boys is orchestrating some type of heist of some sort to take something. I'm not sure. I missed the explanation on that.
Looks like the POTUS has ragged Glassy in case of emergency squad. He's back in their holding suite. Please confirm.
What the did he just say?
Ragged Glassy in case of emergency squad. He's back in their holding suite.
Holding suite.
Emergency squad. He's back in their holding suite.
That's what he, what? When shady people do shady things in real life, do they look as shady as these shady people do right now? When I've done shady things in real life, I don't look around like they might as well like be like this and like looking around like on their own Scooby-Doo. Or maybe it's like an assassination attempt? I'm not sure. Now this video is going to be about me trying to figure out what this movie is about because I missed the explanation. Oh, there's a bomb. Oh. Okay, so the guy from The Boys has set off a bomb and also has released some gas, which is making political leaders drop like flies.
What in God's name is happening?
I know as much as you do, sir.
I know as much as you do, sir.
Come on, mate. We have a breach.
Uh-oh.
We do.
Okay, another question. Do people just wait around to be stabbed in real life like they do in movies? Because he had an eternity to go anywhere, to do anything, and did nothing but wait to be stabbed. I can't say I've ever been stabbed, but if I were going to be stabbed and I knew I was going to have a good hour and a half between me seeing the knife and it ending up in my stomach, then I think I would move out of the way.
Get up. Get up!
It's so funny. Another question. Do people get guns pointed at them and then get commands shouted at them and then don't follow the commands? In real life, is that what people are doing like they do in movies? Because in movies, I see people point guns at people and tell them to do stuff and they have to say it like 3 or 4 times. Goofiest motherfucker. And it's always the goofiest looking motherfucker under those masks. If you're ever scared of the police, just remember they look like this. Under all that gear, they look like the fucking penguin.
I'm taking my president out. You cannot hold us here.
Okay, and that would be an example of why when someone points a gun at you and tells you to do something, you do it. Okay, I think this is pretty dumb from a hostage point of view, because like this is a room full of very valuable political leaders and they're just shitting all willy-nilly. How are you supposed to know who you're hitting? Especially the men, they're all in basically the same fucking suit. And I want you to notice through all of this chaos that she has not once, Viola Davis, showed any sort of concern for her husband, Anthony. Alright, so the President of the United States, Viola Davis, her security guard, and some other bitches have made it into a nearby closet.
Because they aren't the president of doing anything that's important.
Okay, the president of China or Taiwan or whatever the hell just slid down a dumbwaiter. The President of the United States, the Prime Minister of the UK, and the leader of an unnamed Asian country all find their way into the laundry room. And we hopefully find out what the f this movie, what the f is going on.
We Americans never leave home without your special forces. Where are they?
This is my problem with movies like this, and the Prime Minister of the UK actually brings this up, is how in the world would the President of the United States, woman or otherwise, be left in a situation like this? The President has the use of the entire military-industrial complex at their disposal. And you're gonna try to convince me that they're left alone to fend for themselves? I don't believe it.
We need to know, now.
We will be releasing recorded evidence of...
And then they show people that are in some type of, like, war room where they're trying to figure out who this guy is, which just further proves that, like, so they know that the American president is in trouble.
is to pull your money from their banks and stock markets, and you invest in crypto because it is the only currency that they do not and cannot control.
Okay, so this is the basis of the movie. This weird guy is trying to take over the world with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And that's the point of the movie. He's trying to kill all of our political leaders so that he can replace all the money with Bitcoin. Love that.
How are we going to find Mom?
Mom and I had a long talk when she got elected that if anything like this were to ever happen, it was my job to get you two out.
Your mom and I had a talk when she got elected that if she ever went to the G20 summit and someone tried to perform a terrorist attack and kill everybody, all the political leaders there, that I would leave her to die. We talked about this.
Ladies?
I'd rather go and be led by you than stay and be annoyed by him.
Yes.
Yeah, ladies, you do it, ladies. Girls, women doing it for themselves. I really hate this movie. Well, I don't hate the movie. I'm not nearly interested in the movie enough at this point to hate it that much. I just hate the way that they are layering it on so thick that this is like a female empowerment bullshit. And then also the message here is just that, like, if you're a black girl, you can run the world's worst country too. Like, what?
If he records us saying this, he can use his AI server to make a deep fake that will make it seem like we are saying anything.
He just used every single buzzword I think ever created. If he gets me saying this, then he can use an AI deepfake on his server to make Bitcoin to turn into crypto.
Come here.
What, he cut off his ear?
You're an animal!
Yeah, I am an animal. I'm your animal.
You're an animal! Yeah, I am an animal.
Yeah, I am an animal.
I'm an animal. It's a goofy ass accent.
Whoever's done this appears to have control of the firewall. All surveillance is gone.
Oh my gosh, the firewall. We've got no eyes and ears inside. How are we ever gonna save the president, dude? What are we gonna do if only we had a military with like helicopters and jets and stuff?
It's gotta be a deepfake.
Doesn't matter. It will create enough chaos to devastate the currency markets.
The currency markets?
Enough chaos to devastate the currency markets.
Could you describe to me a market that does not involve currency? I'll give you as much time as you need to come up with one. The currency markets? As opposed to the markets that aren't that are funded by what? Potatoes?
You were right. The press are losing their heads.
I love how everybody in this movie sounds like Australian or Gal Gadot. These indescript accents from like nowhere.
Ma'am, it won't work without a key card.
She wasn't even She wasn't even pressing buttons. She wasn't even pressing buttons. Oh my god, that was so funny. She was just tapping on Braille. Oh my god.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh, get the shoe, get the shoe. I love that she's kept her heels on this whole time. My favorite thing about action thrillers and movies is, and you'll notice this, is the women always keep their heels on the whole movie. It's fierce. It's one of the examples of misogyny that accidentally creates something really cool, because the reason it happens is because men have no idea how women work or anything that women do. So they keep their heels on the whole movie, even though no real woman in the situation would do that. But it creates a situation where you get to see a woman doing all this cool stuff in heels. What? These fight scenes would be really cool if I had any idea what was going on, but the way they're shooting them, it's a jump cut every second and really close-up shots, which is probably because Viola Davis is like 60 years old.
Good shot.
I think this movie is below Viola Davis. This feels like, I don't know how much they paid her. I don't know, maybe she was bored or something. This movie feels beneath her. The writing isn't very good. The premise isn't very good. The plot isn't really plotting. This wig keeps moving every scene. I feel like it's on her head. I feel like it started as a center part and now it's moved to like this side part situation. I don't think that was a choice though.
All right, we just have to hang tight. This is how your mom would want us to play it.
Also, if they could just stop cutting back to this D plot about her kids and her husband, I don't give a at all. I don't give a
Every network is down. They must have jammed them.
They must have jammed every network. Every network. Every single network. T-Mobile, Verizon, Sprint. They jammed them all. This movie, I think, was written to be watched by newborn babies, because how would someone shut down an entire network? Also, even if that were the case, newer phones have freaking satellite connection. Literally specifically for these situations where you don't have connection to like a tower, then you can connect to like a satellite and get connected that way. So there is no explanation for anything that's happening in this movie at all that makes any sense.
All right, 2 in the hallway. I go first. You bring up the rear.
Bring up the rear? Also, speaking of, I haven't made any lesbian commentary. I would also like to see Viola Davis munch on this IMF lady. Hey, I'd like to see the tape. I'd very much like to see the tape. Speaking of, I'd like to see the tape between these two freaking security guards. There's a lot of tapes that could be made out of this movie. Actually, that's what this movie should have been. I think this is why this movie isn't good, is because it should have been a porn. They tried to make like a cinematic, like full featured film, and that was the issue. I think they only had enough material for a graphic situation, and then they decided to get Viola Davis in it and make it a real movie. I don't know why they did that. Like, just reimagine this movie, right? But it's not Viola Davis, it's someone that looks like Viola Davis, and she is a bisexual president of the United States, and she goes to the G20 summit to discover her G-spot. Like, imagine that movie. I'd rather watch that.
He's telling people to pull their money out of banks. It'll crash the markets.
He may have shorted the currencies.
You shorted the currencies. What did she say?
What does this mean?
It means we're being robbed.
If people pour their money out.
If people pour their money out.
If people pour their money out.
The value of the currency drops.
The value of the currencies will drop.
If they pull their money out, then
The people in that kitchen are not my job.
Okay, another question. When people are in situations like this in the real world, do they just keep the blood on their body, on their face? Do they just not care? Do they not feel it? I feel like there would be some type of attempt made to wipe the blood off your face. I don't know. He's just wearing it like it's freaking eyeshadow.
How was that?
Check it out, bro.
Oh my goodness, I just checked the runtime. We've still got an hour left in this movie. This movie just won't end. I was sure we were almost done with it.
Get you and shit ya.
Huh? I know a few people that would pay very good money to have a man that looks like that do that to them. Huh? Yep, let me walk up to this obvious trap.
Brilliant. They're all out there looking for you.
Everybody in this movie has a ridiculous accent. They were out there looking for you.
Where are you?
I know he did not let a almost 60-year-old woman slip away from him. A 60-year-old woman in a red dress. I mean, get it. Work.
Madam!
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my oh my god. That would be like the second time in this movie that a person has had years, light years, to respond to stimulus and has decided to wait until the threat has moved right through them. That was insane. He had light years to not get shot. And he also had a gun of his own that he could have used, and he decided not to do that. So for all the people out there that are like, I need a gun so I can protect myself, this is another example of what you're gonna do when you're in that situation where you have to protect yourself. You're probably not even gonna use it. Don't get a gun unless you're gonna use it, and don't be the president unless you're gonna be a lesbian.
I'm unarmed!
Step all the way out, Derek.
His name is Derek. Could you imagine if the first husband of the United States was named Derek? And in walks in Madam Viola Davis and her husband, Derek.
It's still inside.
Well, Mama, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. There was no reason for him to sacrifice himself. So, the stupid prize he's gonna win is a trip to meet his maker.
You two afford to compose for your job descriptions?
These are two of the most gorgeous people I've ever seen in my entire life. I wonder what it's like to have a completely symmetrical face and one even skin tone over your whole body. These people are gorgeous.
Find them and take these people something.
The wig at this point has moved so much, it's almost becoming like a bang, but it's not. It's the side of the hair that has moved to her forehead. Hello, I'm your mother, and I know you were probably thinking to yourself, I could watch this video for another 20 minutes, and there is another 20 minutes to this video available for you to watch on the Patreon. So I will see you there. I have been your mother. This has been my YouTube channel, and y'all have a good day.